After imposing a 50% tariff on India, now the United States has increased the H-1B visa fee to $1 lakh or $100,000, as one would say it in the US. So this is a series of actions. This reminded me of the way Narendra Modi was taking decisions. When he became the prime minister, when he um, banned the five hundred and thousand rupees notes, demonetization. It was very shocking to the entire country. When he imposed GST, it was very shocking. In the middle of the night, he called the parliament, and decision was taken to impose GST. Both these things were opposed by the common people, but anyway, he went ahead and implemented his you know uh, decisions. Whether there was any consensus on them or not, he didn't care about it. And in a similar fashion, Donald Trump is now implementing decisions which are affecting India adversely. Now, this 50% tariff is the highest that has been imposed by United States or any other country. And we must think why India has been singled out for this treatment. The official reason given by the United States is that we are buying crude oil from Russia at a very cheap price, and then Mr. Modi's dear friend Ambani is processing it and selling it at a very high rate in the world market, and thereby amassing wealth. So it is Modi's desire to help his capitalist friends which has become responsible uh, for this adverse decision of the United States related to India, and we are paying a heavy price for Modi's friendship with Ambani and Adani. The entire country is paying the price for it just because Mr. Modi wants to help Ambani. Look at the way he has given 1,050 acres of land for rupee 1 to Adani in Bihar, and similar things have happened all over the country, from major contracts to minor ones are being given to Adani and other Gujarati companies. Among the citizens of this country about this, the way the Gujarati businessmen and especially Adani and Ambani have been promoted by Modi. Why should the country pay a price for it? In any case, there seems to be an agenda behind what the United States is doing. I mean, first it uh, sent a number of illegal immigrants in planes to India, and that was just before Mr. Modi was to make a visit to the United States. I mean, it was very humiliating for India that illegal immigrants, the way they were sent, handcuffed, and in not in passenger plane but the cargo planes. So, um, I mean, for any other self-respecting prime minister, uh, this would have been humiliating, and maybe somebody else in his place might have taken a tough decision of not going to the United States. But by now, everybody knows Mr. Modi's weaknesses. He wants to keep the big powers in good humor. So you see how China has occupied 4,000 square kilometers of our land. This has been confirmed by Sonam Wangchuk, who, by the way, happens to be on fast right now in Ladakh to demand sixth schedule status and full statehood for Ladakh. The information is credible. And then they killed our 20 soldiers in Galwan in 2020. It's a bigger enemy than Pakistan, but still, Mr. Modi doesn't say a word against China. and he even visited China after all this. Whereas on the other hand, he has cut all his ties with Pakistan. Only recently, we played two matches with the Pakistani cricket team, but still are not allowing Sikh pilgrims to go to Pakistan to visit Nankana Sahib, the birthplace of Guru Nanak on his birthday. So uh, he likes to keep the big powers, in good humor, and therefore he takes all the humiliation, that is bestowed upon us, and still, he goes to these countries and compromises India's interest. Uh, I mean, he is now the weakest prime minister that India has ever had in terms of dealing with world powers. There seems to be no self-respect in our foreign policy. Our foreign policy has been a total failure. Whether you consider our relationship with our neighbors, immediate neighbors, or with the world powers, they are taking us for granted. The way Donald Trump is behaving, he is treating India like, you know uh, a country which is dependent on it, which doesn't have any self-respect, which cannot stand on its feet. He knows that if he calls, we will go crawling to them. So the way the illegal immigrants were sent, then the way the tariff was imposed, and now this high fee of $1 lakh, if any, uh, if anybody has to obtain H-1B visa, it's it's especially meant for India to block Indian professionals from working in United States, because India contributes, a large number of technical professionals in the United States. I mean, the Silicon Valley will not be able to run without the Indians. So this is targeting India in spite of the Indians making a very valuable contribution to the US economy. There are a number of companies, like Google, which are headed by, Indians, but Donald Trump doesn't care about anything. And to please his voters, he is, imposing policies which are hurting the interests of India and the Indians. Uh, so now Mr. Modi says, after being 11 years in power, and after having talked about Atmanirbharta and self-reliant India, now he says that the country's biggest enemy is our dependence on other countries. So this realization has come to him after 11 hours. We have to remember that he is part of a party, which one of its wings is called Swadeshi Jagran Manch. So they endorse the idea of Swadeshi, but in reality they never follow it. They have always made a compromise on that. The way we have become dependent on Chinese goods. I mean, he is saying this after he has been jolted by the United States decisions, but actually, our dependence is much more heavy on China than United States. I mean, our import-export deficit with China has doubled since Narendra Modi came to power. So this entire dependence on China, he is not even talking about it. And just because the United States has jolted him, he is talking about this dependence on other countries being the biggest enemy. So if you did not know this, then what did you mean by Atmanirbhar Bharat? What did you mean by the Swadeshi policy? So in any case, it is good that he has realized this now, and hopefully the decisions that he will take will be in the interest of the country as a whole, not just in the interest of Adani, Ambani, and a few capitalists. He will not take decisions to please the uh, the bigger countries, the superpowers of the world, just because he wants to be close to them. I mean, what can be more shocking than the fact that he went to United States during Donald Trump's first term, and he actually campaigned for him. He says, "Ab ki baar Trump sarkar," and his supporters, they conducted, Havan and Yagya to bring back Donald Trump to power. So, I mean, what can be more ridiculous than this? So, he has gone to great lengths to show to the world that he is very close to the U.S. president. But it is good that he has been jolted by Donald Trump, and he has realized that America is taking him for a ride, and now he has taken shelter, in China. He went to China after 7 years, after the humiliation inflicted on China by us. And if he thinks that by siding with one of the powerful countries, he will be able to save India, then he is being misled. He is living in a fool's paradise. He Unfortunately, he is not the kind of prime minister who would take strong decisions to make India a really sovereign and independent country. He has a mind of a businessman, and he always thinks in those terms. So long as this prime minister is there, who thinks about only business interests of his friends, India has no future. We need a prime minister who can take tough decisions in the interest of the country, in the interest of the sovereignty of the country, and can answer back to all these world powers who are dictating terms to us, who are taking us for a ride. Only then India's self-esteem will be restored. Thank you.